Hopefully we're back on the same stream. It hasn't spammed everyone. I've just moved an access point. I'm playing with the Kicker Direct Connect. I've moved the access point across the other side of the room in this machine connected to the 2.4 network rather than the 5G. That's looking perfect now. I hope it's connected to the stream. Let me know in chat if it has. Sorry about the service interruption. We will resume regular programming. I think we're back. I think we're... Oh, first. Oh, no. Is that it? Did we die? I don't expect any new Garmin units this year, Scott. Given all things like the chip shortage, the fact that the 1030 Plus was only last year, their flagship. I don't expect to see them releasing any more flagships. The 830 and the 530 are still pretty good units. So people are saying, oh, will they bring out the 530 Plus? I don't see what they would do. And Garmin need to be careful not to introduce features on their lowest model. You know what I'm saying, the lowest of that range, that will then surpass the flagship product. So excellent feedback, Scott. That's really interesting. The Karoo is a bit of a religion. I respect that. People who have been burnt by Garmin, or they don't want to go to the Wahoo experience. Some people love the Karoo. Some people don't. That's fine. What was the deal breaker for you, Scott? Zero drop frames, full speed, everything is absolutely perfect. Switching to 5G, networking at home. Phenomenal. That's what those issues were early on. I should check that. Usually I don't have to. My checklist is too long anyway before we start the stream. Unreliable sensors, yes. This week's update from Hammerhead saw them introduce some more, the word resilience, I guess, is word of the week, to the ANT Plus sensors. New group sets, Richard. There's rumours floating. Oh, well, there's Shimano. Meh. Let's wait and see. I'm first in line with my money for the new Shimano Di2, if they can supply it. There's rumours of another floating around, though. We'll see. I think the best option for people at the moment will be to hold tight, install some new brake cables and gear cables, inners and outers, and just tell themselves it's as good as a new bike or a new group set, and be done with it, because supply chain issues are, I don't think they're going to go away anytime soon. Good time to sell any spare group sets you have laying around too. Speaking of which, I've got to sell a couple of mine. As has done your back, mate. That's not good, especially when you work as a labourer. I think you're still working as you're a cabinet maker or carpenter. Either way, you need a back for that. Not so secret tips for making a TT bike setup faster. Focus on the rider. Bikes are much of a muchness. As long as your bike is, you got a disc on the rear. It's not it's not crazy messy with cables everywhere. It's not going to contribute a lot to the slicing through the wind, although manufacturers would like you to believe it's all about the bike. It's not. It's about this and this. Get your head down. A super fast TT bike like that is slow. A super slow TT bike like this is very fast. It's all about the rider. Hey, welcome along, old sap. We've dug ourselves out of a technical hole here this morning. Pretty happy with that. Had some buffering issues early on, but we're fixed. We are fixed. So here for the long haul. I need at least 50 Ks this morning, so I'm up for a chat. Maybe we could be up for a hot tub. Look out. All the rage over on Twitch. If you don't have a hot tub on Twitch, you are not living. It's a cold tub. Yeah. Locked down again. But we'll live through it. Splish, splish. The oldest watch for a mountain bike. Scott Hamilton, I think it's a good answer there. 910 XT. I'm not across any of the older style watches. I started off my watch journey at the 935, which is quite new. I've got a 945 and also the Rival. But anything that's got decent battery life. Although cross, actually mountain bike you're going to at least need a few hours. I was going to say cross you need what, an hour? 45 minutes? Yes, 30 plus on under my helmet for sure. As I get tiger stripes on my head. Though mostly, hey Jim, welcome back. Sorry about the service disruptions there. We're back over to 5G Wi-Fi and everything is super. Aaron, I use aero helmets mostly in summer. I have no issues with cooling because I have no hair. And you're going to get direct sunlight on your head. Mic off to the side here is a Samson Go mic. S-A-M-P-S-O-N, Samson. It's a tiny little USB, is it cardio? I'm not sure what the technical term is. It's made for laptops rather than broadcasting. I have some bigger mics that work really well for podcasting. This little thing, it's brilliant. It's the Go mic. I have a little dead cat on the front to stop me from breathing too hard on it. And then the RTX voice filter to get rid of most of the junk in the background for fans and things. Sarah, we are in the future, being 10:58 a.m. on Saturday morning. And I can confirm Pogacar's in the top 5 of the TT. That it's already happened here. Or has it? No, not yet. Oh, for sure, Jim. The mic, it's so small. I'd like to have it out of shot just to make everything look pretty, but perfection's the killer of even publishing or going live or anything. Ben O'Connor will also hold position 4. I think Ben O'Connor and Wilco Kelderman are sitting 4th and 5th. In about 40 seconds off each other. So it's going to be a battle there to see if we can get the Aussie near the podium. He's going to be top 10 is good enough on your first tour. Wow. 4th would be amazing. Ben comes from WA, who have a massive time trial scene. Strong time trial scene. So, let's see. Not a shotgun mic, no. No, just a little laptop mic. Samson Go mic. Just USB. Works really well. Let's drop some ride-ons. Ooh, so, has everybody finished the Wahoo Challenge yet? Let me know. I did a video on that the other day. It's a bit of a low period in content. There's not a lot of new tech coming out. There's a lack of updates for Zwift to talk about. There's a bit of a slow time as everyone's outdoors. And most companies have their new tech out the door already. So I don't think there's a lot of new releases right now. Also a bit of a lull leading into traditionally what was Eurobike. I don't know what they'll call it this year. They're calling it Eurobike, but no one's going. So we'll see. GP Sheepy, he's in the box. We lock him away for live streams. Hey, Slapping Perth, Western Australia. Be early over there to be either 8 or 9 a.m. over in sunny Perth. We're just talking about your boy Ben O'Connor. Josh, it's called the reality hit. You're not alone. You're not alone. Estimated power, or Z power, can be useful, can be accurate, but to line it all up to make sure it is every single time, it's quite difficult. Old sap, the link isn't there anymore. One moment. I had to reread the fact that I had 250. Try that one, mate. Reread I had actually 250 things to give away. Because as I poked at Oakley a little bit, they've got 2 prizes this month. That's not a lot. Oh, the page is down. No! Okay, it's loading here on the web. SPD conversion on the older Asiomas, nice one. Make sure you have the right 8mm socket that will fit inside the pedals. People are saying they're hard to find. I had an El Cheapo socket set with like 40 bits in it that just one of them just worked. Another thing is the torque wrench. Be careful not to torque those things up too hard. Excellent. Full details in the video, Jim. I think I've got a parts list at the start of those videos of what you need. Steering's working today. It's kept on keeping on. Switching back to Amp Plus FEC for trainer control. Bluetooth direct to Windows. I wanted to believe they had it all sorted. It's been an absolute nightmare, is a nice way to put it. Horrible driver support, horrible subsystem for pairing, crashing, you know the deal. So back to, it did a little bit, David, it did for about a week. And then back to the same old, same old. I've not seen that kind of issue with other software that I think uses its own libraries. So I think I'd love to see Zwift. I mean, they've got the resources to skip using shared libraries, use their own, make it rock solid, make that user experience seamless, and stop with the continual patching. And it's a massive pain point. Oh, you got in. Excellent. Your previous workout times are credited. Damn. I didn't think that was the case. I really thought it was as soon as you joined it and away you went. So how far have you got to go? Yeah, Zwift have been bouncing an update around the last 24 hours. I've got a little script that monitors the updates. So as soon as something new is out, I can jump on, get to know it back to front, and all going well, I can produce a video on what's new. Rather than just a changelog, I can make, the videos that I make. They usually do quite well. Something's up in the last 24 hours. The updates are bouncing around everywhere. I saw some post that they'd rolled something back. I don't know. Cycling Perth, all in. All in. New bike, new Wahoo trainer. Good stuff. Michael Hamilton, whereabouts are you located? If you're in Australia, cyclingdeal.com.au. I think of the importer for Expedo pedals. That's where I get my M-Force from. If you're overseas, I'm not sure. Jim finished the Wahoo Challenge by joining. 2 hours more, sign up for the... So as I pointed out in my video the other day, to be eligible to enter, you need to do the 6 hours. But to throw your hat in the ring, you got to follow the link they provide at the end and sign up for the newsletter. I found out it was a newsletter after I'd done my 6 hours and 3 minutes. So one thing I've been missing with my training are these steady state endurance rides. For probably 6 weeks now, I think, I've been getting on of a morning 5x5s at anywhere between 250 and 300 watts. Just slowly building up, being consistent. But in doing that, there's no in-between rides. There's none of these. So that's what today and maybe tomorrow will be about. Just jumping on and riding. Because as soon as the weather turns nice and we get out of lockdown, I can go out for a ride. I don't want to be an hour into a ride and fall apart. Or go out at an intensity that I just haven't ridden at for so long. Canada, uh-oh. Not sure who the importer is up there. Hey, my tubeless skills have improved immensely because I have the right tools. As I said earlier on, I spent yesterday at the University of YouTube, watching YouTube videos that is, and deep into these SRAM tech docs about setting up hydraulic brakes. There's a few frontiers that I haven't tackled in bikes, and that is hydraulic brakes on SRAM. I've resized cables and hoses on the i2, or Shimano Hydro, that's easy. SRAM's a little bit trickier. So no cameras, no photos. It's me just learning. I'm still a student. And I wanted to do something that I hadn't done before. So the SRAM Rival Axis has gone on a new Aspero that I brought for Von. It's Von's birthday a few months back, so I thought I'd get her a gravel bike. So we have one. We took us a while to find a frame. Ex-demo model we found in Melbourne. Pristine condition, beautiful condition bike. But I've got the time to do everything right with the bike. So right down to finding... They're not really that different, though with the dot fluid, you've got to be more careful. You've got to use grease that's dot compatible, so a rubber grease. The barbs don't push in, they screw in. The compression nut, the compression bolt, it's already Saturday. The compression nut screws onto the barb, or what they call the... Is it the thingamajig they call it? The principle's all the same. But even taking out all the air, it's so much fun standing on a bike with a syringe on one end and a syringe hanging out the other and doing the in, out, and watching the bubbles disappear. And then clamping the lever to the bars and injecting the fluid from the back or from the caliper into the lever as it flips out. It's just one of those... I had some alone time with the bike yesterday. It was great. And the best part about it is when we put the wheels in, on the bike, the brakes worked. They worked better than mine. So I might do mine this afternoon. Heart rate monitors, Chris. At the moment I am Ticker X. Wahoo Ticker X2 at the moment. I have a Polar H10, which I like a lot. Hammerhead sent over their new one as well. Can't go too wrong with a heart rate strap. Jim, you know what I'm talking about. If anybody likes working on their bikes, go and watch Rides of Japan. Watch him clean his bike. It's just... the end result is a beautiful bike. There's nothing better, is there? At the end, I even got the alcohol spray and cleaned all my tools and cleaned the bench, and just I took the time to do everything right. A lot of the time filming everything, I've got to set cameras up. It takes 3 times longer to do everything when you're filming. By yourself, that is. I'm a one-man band for most of the time. Kelvin's good, yes. But I was happy that the Shimano hose cutting tool that I have works for SRAM, as it should. They're just brake hoses. Look at those thumbs. Oh, I haven't disabled the film yet. What else did I have to do? Oh, there's a number of things. But it was all about finding those right tools. Finding a small crow's foot 8mm was proving extremely difficult until I opened up the bleed kit that I purchased from SRAM, and it had one in there. That was a win. Couldn't find myself an 8mm flare nut wrench, but an 8mm open spanner worked okay. Let Cadence catch up, okay. Does anybody know what the thumb rewards are? There's one reward on Zwift, or a badge, for giving thumbs. There's another for receiving. Just wondering what the numbers are for those. One I think is you've received 30 and given 100, or if it's the reverse, it's a little harder. You have to receive 100 and give 30. I think it might be worth investigating. Is it worth riding with the Coco bunch like this, or the Coco Cadence bunch? If you haven't got either of those, because there's just thumbs flying everywhere. I wonder how long it'll take. Might be something for Sheepy to try out. I appreciate the kind words, Jim. I genuinely enjoy this technology, see where it's going. Seeing what's easy, what's hard, what works, what doesn't. But in that, I get equally frustrated when things just don't work as they should. There's been a few of those lately. Cadence is difficult to stick with, Coco or Coco Cadence, sorry, this group, through this section, because C Cadence holds a constant wattage. Uphills slow, downhills when the resistance is let off for most of us on smart trainers, that C Cadence is still barreling down at those same watts. Massive yo-yo effect. The worst part is over top of the climb. The longer climb is fine, you just go a little slower. But over the top where it sort of rolls down, it's difficult. Oh, interesting. Yeah, look, I've had a few videos up on Instagram get booted. What was the music playing in the background? Alright, 3 ride-ons, yes. Okay, give 30. Ride-on, give 3 ride-ons. Big fan, give 30. Okay, so you can give 100 ride-ons. Okay, that's easy. That's easy to do in the bunch. What about the receiving though? So there might be multiple ones we can tick off in one video and one ride. There's my video in the background, oh no. Yeah, Mason, I know I could remove the trainer difficulty or tame it down a bit, but do you know the feedback I'd get in chat if I wasn't at 100% difficulty? Receive 10 is your popular. Okay, so we could do that easy. I think everybody should do that, or get that within the first probably few minutes. Here we go, easy grind. I'm still in the shopping buy. The 100 one sort of scares me a bit. How does a regular rider, or maybe a new rider to Zwift, get 100 ride-ons? We'll see. Hey buddy. Good morning, Maxwell. How you doing? You good? You wanna come say hi? Yeah? Yeah, come up and say hi. Up, up. We have the imposter. Hey Maxwell. Say hi, chat. Hi, chat. Yeah? Did you go shopping with Mum? Yeah? Did you get apples? Apples? Yep, we got apples. Life was good then, mate. Yeah, yeah. All right. Yeah, good boy. He's got all my hair and then some. Don't you, Maxie? Yeah. Whew. Hello, buddy. He loves bikes. Well, there's... Yeah, it doesn't have any option. They've been on TV all his life. The 151 challenge on Pokemon Go. Alright, we'll see you later, Maxie. Just let me know before you use the microwave if that's alright. Thanks. Can we drop the feather up? Yes, why not? An endurance ride. I mean to be riding easy. Hello, buddy. He's back. Look out. Where did you come from? Where's your mama? My word. What an entrance. What are you laughing at? Bye, Max. Hello again. Oh, man. See you, mate. Hello. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, Sarah, live streams don't do too well here, to be honest. I like doing them. They're easy content. And I can talk about this stuff all day long. See you, buddy. I love the questions that come through, but I think my channel's set up for most subscribers to sort of single bite videos on new releases or tech things or how-tos. And YouTube don't really promote live streams like they do other videos. The Grand Theft Auto one, they got over 100,000 views when I was first riding around on Grand Theft Auto. So YouTube is, it's almost a lottery. The one video I did that had 6.5 million views was just the same as my 1,200 other videos. Grab a camera, have a quick chat about something, bit of B-roll footage, show something new, upload the video and search for the next interesting thing. You can never pick it. You never pick what works and what doesn't. Some things you know though, like the rival watch video. People don't watch my content for watch things. So that's cool. I get that. But I still think the 250 prizes to give away is quite significant. And it's still Wahoo too. Speaking of Wahoo, there we go. Huge brand here in Australia. Wahoo in Australia have done very, very well. I like the live streams too. I do. They actually lose me subscribers though sometimes. Rival watch is rubbish, sadly. It depends what you use it for. I'm not a swimmer or a runner. So if you use it for what they make it for, I don't know. Oh, I know who that is. That's Ant Gardner. He works for Wahoo. That's why. Where's C Cadence? Now here's where the hard bit starts, where C Cadence will go fast on the downhills and slow on the ups. It's a real yo-yo effect. Maybe we should do it in the hot tub. Maybe. Splish, splish. Oi, super tuck down here, really? Good going. Right, here's where it bounces around. See. Yeah, YouTube. YouTube demonetizes live streams by default. It's not handy for a content creator. All right, concentration here. You can see the bunch really split up through here. And slow, and go, and slow. $28 Ks in. All right, we'll get to 50. It's all about endurance. I can't get to edit the stream whilst it's running live. we'll leave it alone. Fitfile podcast, probably not. It's been over a year since we've cancelled that one. Whilst that was a ton of fun to do, audio is so much easier than video. The editing of that takes hours to take out the gaps between our time delays. And that made me a total of $0.00 for doing that for about a year or so. And Ray the same. That's just business, unfortunately. It's got to pay the bills. Apple have released a subscriber service for podcasts, but it's hard to... Yeah, and Ray and I still have that banter. We still message each other almost daily. I don't think we can spin up a podcast and ask people to either subscribe to it monthly-wise or, the paid subscribers, unless you know what you're going to get. And then there's a catch-22 of it's been given away for free for so long, people don't want to pay. I don't know. It's a business thing. That's all it is. As a one-man band, it was difficult to donate or dedicate all that time to something that didn't get anything, whereas I could do a Zwift video and it puts food on the table. Dan, watch this space. Watch this space, but, ... Run Zwift while being outside? No, probably not. I've done it a few times. You do it to level up. If you had a decent VPN that did layer 2 VPN stuff, you could VPN from your phone or a device with the companion app, make it appear as if it's on your home network whilst you're out and about, and just have the companion app running, Zwift running at home, and away you go, assuming the connectivity will work fine. A little bit trickier than a normal VPN though, to get that working. How good are those Speedplay power pedals? You mean the ones I'm riding right now? They're not bad. They're not bad. Yeah, a few one-offs would be handy, wouldn't it? Like, just for... if something large came out, Ray and I could shoot the breeze. It's funny, the podcast works as audio. The podcast chat sessions never really work as a video. And then we don't know which channel to put it on. Content is a weird thing. You really need to just hammer one nail and stick to that. I've got a few layouts for the live stream. We have full. We have phone. We have behind the scenes up here. What's in shot? Not a lot, just me cranking away. This is my best one though. We've got a hot tub for those over on Twitch who, I think the terms and services over on Twitch state you've got to at least have a hot tub 3 times in every stream. So just ticking that box. I am kidding. Will we see more? Starting to see more alternative tours like Lachlan Morton's. The Coulter, I think we've seen people choosing their own adventure for a few years now. Lachlan and his brother Angus did the Thereabouts tour throughout Australia. We've followed a few vloggers on their indie pack, the Mave being one of them. I think we're just seeing alternate adventures being promoted a little more. Like everybody has the VO2 max of a racehorse, or the watts per kilo that is required to win a race on a road bike. But I think everyone's equipped with 2 legs, or the ability to ride a bike, regardless if you have legs or not, and can choose their own adventure, and that's what people are doing. Yeah, and people are in control of that too. You see people choosing their own adventures, and if you want to ride the Tour de France, you just got to ride a bike fast in a straight line, up hills and around corners, and none of that's under your control about where you ride. Choose your own adventure, it's all your call. And it's something different. Yeah, the behind the scenes is a funny one. I've got to make sure nothing's in shot that can't be in shot. No, we're good. I'm back to 1 by multiplier for Coco. Damn. Josh, I've covered live streaming basics, and I think I've done a more advanced one too. So I've done a video that takes you from 0 to streaming hero, covering the PC, software, cameras, lighting, and the configuration of OBS. So just search for that one. So if you type in Gplama live stream, you're probably going to find a ton of junk. Type in Gplama live stream basic, bingo. That's what you'll get. How to live stream your indoor ride, online streaming basics. April 9th last year. 17 minutes. Covering the equipment, OBS, different scenes, audio filters, live test. You should be able to, that'll get you the baseline set up anyway, of what you need for pretty much this configuration. Good audio, good video, good uplink if you have it, and what you need. But as for doing all this, it's a bit of extra work. I do have a separate video showing how to put a phone in a live stream like that. Now, whilst it looks like a phone, it's actually not. I'll show you why. If I do that, it's just a HDMI output from one of my own phones, and I put a little image on top of it to make it look like a phone. It comes out really well. I think it looks cool. But that in itself is a separate video. There we go, thank you. Hamburglar. Everything I do a hack goes out of stock worldwide. Yeah. That little USB cable tester went out of stock pretty quick. So if you've ever gone to plug a Garmin or something into a PC with a micro USB cable, it never comes up as a drive. You're like, what the hell? You swap cables and it works fine. It's because not all USB cables are the same. Some are charge only, with only 2 wires connected. What you're always after is the 4-wire version. So I did a video a while back on a little, tiny little PCB that had the connection both ends. And when you plug it in, it lights up all the lights if it's data, or just 2 of the lights if it's charge or power only. And the creator of that device couldn't believe somebody made a video on something that he made. It was pretty funny. Oh. You got out of the state, wow. Did you jump out of the fire and into the flames? You didn't go to New South Wales, did you? Yeah, Jim, it's one of those things where I had to cover it on the YouTube channel. It's not cycling specific, but it's so handy. I still use it. Whenever I get a new micro USB cable, I plug it in. If it's only a power cable, it goes away. California, welcome along. Queensland, 0 cases. Look at you guys go. All right, we're getting to 50 Ks today. That's my indoor endurance done. And then I might do a top up of the oil or the fluid and the hydro brakes on this bike. The video about the USB cable, let me see. Pretty sure if you type in Gplama USB, there we go. Yes, just type in Gplama USB into Google. On my Google, it comes up as the first thing. Or Gplama micro USB. 4 minutes. There should be links to the device as well. It's super cool. There's probably ones out there now that do the multiple types of USB. What, A, B, C, and whatever the other ones are. Espero that I'm sitting on right now. I'm on my Espero. Hamburglar for the win. I might have to write out a GP Sheepy's account to see if we can hit those thumb thresholds for those awards. Oh, so the tour last night, did everybody see this? The victory salute. Oh, the media love that. They've eaten that alive. Oh my God. A throwback to Lance. I think the kid was just like, could everyone just shut up? We're here winning races. I think that's what he meant. Because if you're doing a reference back to the Lance thing, that and that, you're an idiot. And I don't think he's that stupid. Not on the world stage. So I think it was just silence the haters, silence the critics. But thanks to the internet, that was chucking fuel on the fire. Oh my God! What next? Is he going to cross the line with a needle out of his arm? Oh, look at me! No, he's not. That's not what it was about. That's my take on things. But the media love a good story. If I see Cav hugging Merckx one more time, I'm gonna have to close the window. I mean, I love that it's hugging him, but oh my god, the media, come on now. Come on. But I do want to see Cav win in Paris and retire on the podium. That'd be the ultimate mic drop. I'd love that. I just don't want to see Cav do the downward spiral again for a few years. Sorry, Josh. But I mean, that's what some of the headlines or people on Twitter, that's what the internet, some people on the internet are almost accusing the guy of doing. Can you believe it's not? He's a kid. He's just ridden 200 Ks and won a race. Won a stage of the biggest race in the world. Clarity of mind at that point in time, probably not the greatest. Cav set for life. If he wins, he'll pull it. That would be... Yep, I'd love to see that. That'd be a great story. We'll see. DS job already lined up, yeah? Potentially. Speaking of DS jobs and, let's say, coaching and things, did everybody see EF Coaching launch this week? Education first, diversifying a little bit, offering coaching to the masses. Can anybody guess, in US dollars, the starting price of EF Coaching? Remembering Peloton is $60 a month here in Australia. And people lose their shit. Was it FE? EF Coaching. Obviously it's not efcoaching.com. That goes somewhere else. Okay, so their business name's not working too well for me. EF First Coaching? God, I can't even find their website. Team efcoaching.com. Hold on to your saddles. Has anybody guessed it in chat? Entry level coaching starts at $425 per month. $425. Oof. Oh, $390 if you pay for the year. I guess, look, that's you getting access to some of the top level coaches and resources and stuff, but no word. That's a lot of coin. My question is, I was asking Von, how many of us in our professional careers would spend $500 a month on enhancing our public speaking, report writing, anything else in our professional lives for development? No, it doesn't come with the bike, but if you spend $600 a month plus, I think you get a Powder Max. Local coaches are less. So I was trying to business it with Von. Like, how could you... I get that some people will choose to go that route and choose to spend that much. Good on them, that's fantastic. I spent $550 on a pair of shoes the other day that I'm currently not wearing. So I get that. But as a leveler, back to reality, If you were to spend a few thousand a year on your own personal development in your professional careers rather than your hobby, whew, yeah, for some people it's not much money. Yeah, that's probably right. Not just about coaching, they're selling VIP access to the team. But what value do you put on that? Is it hire a friend? Hire a bro to be, to send... I get it, and I respect they're outside of the square for funding. I mean, the funding model of cycling is totally broken. We know that. It's a lot of coin. It makes the Peloton bike and $60 a month for unlimited sessions. Sure, they're not personalised to you. Delivers quicker than IQ squared. They're still posting updates, do you believe? I don't think IQ squared have got a good read on the industry or cyclists in general. They're laughed at. So to keep putting out some content saying the pedals are coming or they've been delayed, just don't. Just shut up. Either disappear, pull your website down, lock the door and walk away, or release a product. To keep teasing out on social, it's just... Let's say they release a product tomorrow. Let's go hypothetical while we bounce up and down these hills. Let's say they deliver the pedal to all their backers. Everything's happy days. That's great. Okay, day 0. How do you think they're going to go with support? Oh, my pedal's not right. Do they switch from a company who's been very poor with communication to one that needs to be spot on with communication and look after their backers? Of course not. It's a different game. And to even expect them to deliver the product and then deliver the follow-through of support, firmware updates, spare parts, maybe if you lose that special little spanner to install the pedals, good luck. I think the bridge is burnt there. We'll see how they go though. I think it's the drama people are interested in. Is that everything is photogenic? I think it is. Sarah, that has to be Sarah. Let's see. Zwifters. Bingo! And we've given a ride on. We already have. There we go. Awesome. Sarah's got a few deep dives, super deep dives into a few of the technical things on Zwift. Off the top of my head, there's the erg, training difficulty. I think there's a few coaching ones there too. Going through to 50Ks, though we're taking it over quite nicely here, so it might be a little bit further. On the flip side of coaching for $500 a month, our bikes are worth a lot. But at least we can look at our bikes. I guess you could look at the training plan too and not have to actually do it. It might be a pretty looking training plan. Yep, hardcore alpha. Pretty much nailed it. Kevin, what Trainer Road are doing is brilliant. It could be the start of, it should be the start, or a continuation on, if you know Zwift, of where training should have been going for years and years. And that is using the last 10 years of data that we've all collected to prescribe better training plans as individuals. I think it's fantastic. Let the system do the work. I mean, if we had the formulas, if we had the time, we could all sit down and go through our previous training plans. If, let's just say you compare, so for example me, I'm nowhere near the top level of power pushing that I used to do, but I have tons of data over years and years of the work that I was doing to get there. No training plan that I know of at the moment is going to analyze that, or basic training plan is going to analyze that and say, okay, for you to get back to where you were, it appears that 6 weeks of this work, 2 weeks of this work, and these sessions were key. So let's use those to try and bring you up to that same level again. You're 8 years older now, 10 years older. So we're going to reduce that a little bit, or we're going to lengthen the recovery, or we're going to tell you you've got no bloody hope in getting there because you're too old. We could do that with a pencil if we went through all our data with the knowledge, but there's a lot of data to go through. If you ride for say 10,000 Ks a year, let's just say on average, recording your data points at 1 per second, that's a lot of data. Let the system deal with it. Let it spot trends. Let it assign you things based on history. Maybe throw some randomness in there. So, okay, you responded really well to these. Maybe if we just tweak those a little bit, let the system then analyze your response by over time. There's so much that can be done with it. It is brilliant. There's probably I still think we're probably 5 years off that being easy, or kind of Strava easy. What I mean by that is, if you get it, Zert's been doing it for ages, but it's a difficult thing to interpret, to understand everything. If you invest the time, I'm sure it's great. But I think a lot of people just need things to be Strava easy or Zwift easy. Where Zwift are at the moment, yeah, there's some training plans there, all based off your FTP. Great, that'll get you somewhere. Going from unstructured training to structured training is always going to see an increase. But doing the right structure, that's the hard part. Zwift at the moment are promoting the workout of the week. Just a workout of the week, just something different, that's it. So that's where Zwift are at with their training AI. I think, but that's, again, that's the audience. For me, I'm just jumping on it. I do my 5x5 workouts. I love that. I don't have to think too much. And I know they're really good at building a good base. It's not going to help me for a sprint. It's not going to help me over a 2-hour race. But they give me a good base to work on in the future. Zwift have all our fit files. The leg up that Trainer Road have is that Trainer Road, you can sync Zwift to your Garmin Connect, off then Trainer Road. You can link Zwift to Strava, then off to Trainer Road. So my Zwift data goes to Trainer Road because I use their fitness tracking over time, their calendaring. The Zwift doesn't have any rides outside of Zwift. Since day one, it's been passed off to Strava. So Strava drink from the fire hose of Zwift data, which is another topic in itself. Strava would have massive visibility of Zwift. Their users, demographics, trends, everything. Strava will be able to, they have it all. They have it all because most people do link their Zwift to their Strava. Anyway, continuing on my long dribble of story, Trainer Road have your outdoor rides, indoor rides, and if you've uploaded, say 4 or 5 years of history, tons of data to go through. One more lap, then come up Titans Grove to end. I might get to the other end of Figo Flats. We'll see. Yeah, see, Zwift 30-minute workouts and Zwift workout of the week, they're just something. And there's a huge market there for people just to jump on and do something. Much easier being told what to do than have to come up with something yourself. And if you're told to do a 45-minute workout, you'll likely do it. But if you have to invent one yourself, you're like, oh, really? I've got no goal for this workout. So I get it. Strava is great middleware, absolutely. I think Zwift have a good opportunity to be both. So Zwift should purchase, Trainer Road, obviously. Merge those two. That'll set a few people off. But you don't have to be one or, it doesn't have to be combined. It could be one or the other. But that kind of intelligence into the training plans and structure. Or maybe by Zert. Or today's plan. Just get that calendaring, get that long-term scheduling, data analysis in there. And that would hook people in. I mean, if I was an investor in Zwift and you want Zwift to have the edge, you'd be questioning how much Strava knows about the company. That Uncle Till, you can go 4.2. Smaller fish would be, Zwift have, I think, the resources to eat big fish too, though. I really thought Zwift should have purchased Wattbike. The Wattbike Atom, not to my liking, it doesn't pass the Lama lab test. The Atom X doesn't look to be going too well either for my testing protocol. There's people out there who love them, that's great. But I think Zwift had the resources to, hey, I can cycling, welcome along. I think Zwift had the resources to purchase something like Wattbike. Make a few tweaks to the hardware and there you go. There's your smart bike. I wonder what acquisitions we'll see next. The huge one was Garmin purchasing Tax. That was big news, huge news. I mean, Tax is a very successful company. Not sure how successful they've been after purchasing, or after that acquisition. We haven't seen a lot from them, to be honest. They've been pretty quiet. That's a big move. What else have we seen? Chat, I'll put it over to you. What have we seen in the tech space that's been surprising? We've seen Wahoo purchase Sufferfest. They've still kept those pretty separate. Wahoo and Speedplay was kind of a little bit out of left field. I do appreciate that merge. Without that merge, I wouldn't be pedaling my bike right now. Yep, they're still on. Have we seen any actual benefit from the KKR investment? Was that the latest round from Zwift, including Specialized and the crew? I think based on the next update from Zwift, actually, I think based on the climbing challenge we've just seen announced by Zwift, we've seen the benefit there. The Athos bike on Zwift and the Rover wheels are now the fastest climbing bike and wheel combo. I think that's the benefit there to Specialized. They've invested in Zwift and now have the fastest bike in Zwift. Outdoor acquisitions have been interesting for sure. I know Wade Wallace from Cycling Tips. We're racing Tour of Bright back in 2008, I think it was. Up Rose's Gap. Not Rose's Gap. The first sort of main climb anyway in the race. This guy pulls up next to me. I'm like, oh, you're Cycling Tips, Wade Wallace. He goes, oh, you know the site, because it was just a blogspot site at the time. I'm like, oh yeah, I read your blog. That's since been, I think ownership was taken over by Bike Exchange and then Pink Bike. So it's big fish eating smaller fish to become bigger fish. No, good on them. They're an Aussie company too, so I'm happy with that. Always a good thing. The app, Zwift. Alright, we're off the front here. We look at number 6, there we go. Get back in the bunch. But I can confirm I have no offers to purchase Gplama, unfortunately. Although people want my money though. Hummel, Peloton. Who else wants to take me to court for no reason? Of all the BS litigation, takedowns, all of that stuff that I've been sent over the years, my lawyer fees have been zero. Absolutely nothing. Because on each time, I've replied back with, here's where you're wrong. Pretty much a few other less kind words, and they've never followed through. I'm still at the attitude of come at me, because I'll use that to get attention to the channel, which is what I did with Peloton. I haven't done a video about Peloton sending me a cease and desist. I just simply put their letter up on my social media and let everyone else share it out and report on what they were trying to do. I respect Peloton's business model. It's a brilliant model to own the customer experience from the very first touch point through to using the service. If you've got a problem with the bike, you call them. If you've got a problem with the screen, you call them. That's awesome. If I've got a problem with my indoor cycling setup here, whoosh. I'm 3 weeks deep into a support ticket at the moment over Bluetooth. And I'm back on Ant Plus. So their business model is fantastic. You want shoes that work with that? Sure, I'll sell you the shoes. Want a towel? I'll sell you the towel. Need it installed? Done. I'll do it for you. Weather down under? Horrendous. It's going to rain all day today here, and we're in lockdown. But as for Peloton, they're faceless. They really are. It was just their trademark lawyer trying to protect their name, but without actually doing any real work. So I get it. I just don't like them getting targeted or come after by $1 billion company. What a joke. Hummel are even worse. Hummel out of, what were they, they're a Dutch company or Danish? They sent me a letter of demand for €3,500 for some t-shirt that I put up on Redbubble. That's another story in itself. Alright, catching up, mate, is going to always, if you're out of the draft, it's going to take a lot. $25 degrees and freezing. Okay, it's 7 here at the moment. Lama Lab 21.7. Alright, we'll go to the other end of Fugo Flats. That'll get us to what? Almost 60 Ks. Sweet. Good endurance pace. I've been thinking of ticking off those route badges. I have 4 to go. And apparently with this lockdown, I've got all the time in the world to do them. Level 51, I think it's like Area 51. We're not allowed to go there. I had a look at the numbers the other day of people who have done Titans Grove and turned off to Repack Ridge. Just to see how many people use the mountain bike course. I think the numbers off the top of my head were around 6,000 people had done the Titans Grove climb and about 30 had done the mountain bike course. Not a lot. I think one of the reasons for that is if you want to do a mountain bike ride on Zwift, it's a fun course, it really is. But to do that, you've got to ride the road for 6Ks or 5Ks to even get there. Doesn't make sense. The mountain bike course needs to be selectable from the main menu. Want to ride a mountain bike? Sure, cool. Click here. No worries, we'll do the mountain bike course. It could be with a mountain bike. Enjoy your ride. And it needs to be looped, not spit you back out onto the road. It's as if they've gone, okay, everyone's a roadie. Do you want to play with a mountain bike for a bit? And then we'll force you back to the road? It's got to be a loop. And it's got to have a start point at the mountain bike course. Then they could do mountain bike races. Sure, it's not going to be like a real mountain bike race, of course. But with that terrain, maybe with the steering, it could be something. Hey, buddy. End of this road. Hey, Maxie, welcome back. 5Ks. If you need to use the microwave, that's fine. You can do that. Hey, buddy. Have you had some lunch? Are you having lunch now, mate? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, if we get dropouts, we get dropouts. Sam, this is just the Coco Cadence ride, or the Sea Cadence ride on Watopia. Or if you've added me as a friend on the companion app, I'll come up as Ride With at the start. Andy, welcome along. I heard your story about blowing up one of the end caps on your rollers. It sounded like that scene on Napoleon Dynamite where the guy was testing the Tupperware tubs. Like, oh, these are so strong. Watch this, I'll go back over it in the car. Puts the Tupperware behind the car, backs over it, it explodes. He looks back and goes, nah, and then just drives off. Hilarious. That's what I was picturing when you were saying about your roller cap exploding and little bits of plastic going everywhere. Hey, Ohio. TT, yeah. It's going to be a late one. Not sure we'll capture all the TT. Curried prawns. Mate, you're in New Zealand. Lamb curry is the only way to go. Just open your front door, grab a lamb. All right. Von's using the microwave. I'm just going to see what that's going to drop out here. It's dropping the axis. There we go. Bang. You saw that drop out? That's the microwave. It's dropping the axis sensor between the rear of my bike and the head units just beside them. The microwave, it's between two walls. Two walls, probably about 2.5 meters. through those walls, but the rear of it is facing me, which could be the key. I need to build a little Faraday cage. Oh hell yeah, 2.4 is... Microwaves are nasty. The Mercury Island, I like it as just a fun destination. I think it's going to be just one of those holiday islands. Watopia has everything I need for almost any training session I need to do. I still think they should build out Watopia rather than adding more and more worlds. Mercury Islands, yeah, changing from dirt to road is a problem because they're forcing different speeds on the bikes we have. They need a quick change bike mode where we can say, press a key on the keyboard, it pulls up say 3 options of our preferred bikes: road, mountain, TT, gravel maybe, I don't know. Making people ride different surfaces and having to stop, go to the shop or your garage, change your bike, then come back and then ride. It's too clumsy. I think quick keys to change between preferred bikes for different terrain type and give the rider maybe a 10-second penalty in the way of having the system automatically pull you to a stop, change you to that bike, and you've got to take off from 0 again. So if you're in a bunch ride like this and I wanted to switch bikes, I press the button regardless of how I'm pedaling. Press the change button, have it prompt, select, and then go and have it kick in again. It's too clunky otherwise. I mean, it really is apparent on the Mercury Island because of all the different changes to the terrain. The dirt climbs are fantastic, but they're pretty slow on the wrong bike. Hey, New York. And coasting needs to be fixed too. See, I coasted for say 2 seconds there and I lost 30 or 40 positions. If you coast for 2 seconds outdoors, you don't lose a single position. Not at 0%. The goal distance is 50 k's. As per normal, we keep going over our set limits. I'll go to the other end. I'm getting a good draft here and some good k's. 65, yeah, close. How many longer term activities do I do per week? Most of my long activities are sitting in front of a computer. Not a lot. Yeah, Zwift is designed to put the brakes on at 0 watts, so you can better position yourself without brakes. But I still think that really kills the experience, kills the flow of what it feels like to be riding a bike. I have the Tron bike, yes. Fun is fast. No, I haven't. I'm still trying to get my head around what that means. So there's a few bunch rides and a few tours. That's a confusing marketing twist. Fun is fast was their marketing tagline from 12 months ago. And they've used that same tagline 12 months in the future to label some rides or races or a series. I don't understand. Whilst the goddamn Tour de France is on, shouldn't they partner with the Tour de France again? It's only the biggest bike race in the world. Don't know. I don't understand. I just want my Bluetooth to work. No surprises there. S3166420. The Vario radar is a game changer. One of the very few pieces of technology that I will tell people to go buy and that I will stand behind. Trainers, power meters, meh. Much of a muchness. There's quite a few to choose from. The Vario radar is quite unique in what it does. Lately I've seen a company claiming to have smart bike lights advertised on Facebook. And one of their little quotes is that you'll throw away your existing bike light once you work out, or once you find out what this one does. No, you won't. Not if you've got a Vario radar. Horrible marketing. That thing's awesome. Now, if you've got the Vario radar and the Garmin Edge, go and install the Connect IQ plugin called My Bike IQ, My Traffic IQ. I've got to do a video on it. And what that will do is you install this Connect IQ field. It records the approaching speed of cars and the location. mybiketraffic.com is where you can look at where all the cars pass you and get some statistics. With the plugin you need, it's My Bike Traffic on Connect IQ. Garmin Edge units only. It's actually called My Bike Radar Traffic. I will put a link to it in chat, so I can do this now. Now all you need to do with that field, install that Connect IQ app on your Garmin Edge unit, have it as an active field on any of your pages. It has to be a configured field. With that, you'll see it'll do a car counting, how many cars or how many things it's detected behind you, trucks, other vehicles, riders, and it records their speed, which is really, really interesting information to have. Even if you don't use that information, you've got the ability to record it. I'd do so. Yeah, Bluetooth. After replacing all those redistributables, it's better. It's still not solved though. I'm not sure on Garmin Watch. Over on that link, it should say compatible devices. Yes is the answer. Forerunner. It works on Forerunners. Phoenix. Yep. Mark. Yeah, you should be good. If you've got a... Hey, buddy. Hello. How you doing? Always being updated to June 1st was when that was last updated. How you doing, buddy? Recent update to that plugin supports the Forerunner 745. You'll also, once you've collected that data on your head unit, again, you don't have to look at the field all the time. It can be on page 7, as long as it's on a page. Over on Connect IQ, it'll show you a graph of your car counter. It'll show you the speeds over on the Garmin website. It's pretty cool. Who said 65? You win. Hardcore alpha. Let's do it. $50 RPM, boom. So after starting the stream an hour 40 ago with almost 40% packet drop or frame drop, I switched over to 5G and I've had 37 frames drop at 60 frames a second over an hour and a half later. Massive difference. Almost there. This also was a bit of a test to see how I go over a longer distance without any massive efforts. Maybe so I can tick off another longer route page in a few days. We'll see. Zero commitment from my end. Hello, Esfa. It's afternoon. Just. The Vario 515 and the 315, the Bluetooth through to the phone app is handy if I've ever got my headphones on. You get the beep beep very clearly through the headphones. That plug-in for the Connect IQ field will work for any of the Vario radars from the 500, 510, 515. There's also the 511 and 516. I think exclusively for Germany, that don't flash. "25 laps of Volcano." I checked that one off a while ago. It's one you have to split up. I think I did 20 laps of that once and went, oh, you know what, I'm sick of this. And I pulled the pin at 20 laps. Had to go back and do the whole lot again. We're going to pull the pin at 65 Ks up the hill. Brilliant. All done. All right, more data collected. 3 power meters today. Quark axis rival, still testing. Just waiting to hear back from SRAM. I had to scale it up a little to make it read perfect, and it does. It's great now. As a single-sided budget unit. Just need to get some feedback on why I might have had to do that on this unit to make it right. Yeah, Vince, I was thinking of doing the PRL full as a double day. Starting off in the morning, 80 Ks, pulling over the bike to the side of the virtual road, then coming back later that evening or later in the afternoon and finish off the other 80. 170 indoors. I mean, I want to enjoy my time on the bike. I don't want to get to 100 Ks and hate life and not be motivated to ride again. Which I'm sure is the case after doing PRL full in one sitting. What's for lunch? I'm not sure. And we're off to 70, 66.6. You didn't know me very well. What's for lunch? Hopefully what was better than dinner last night. Half an hour into my DoorDash order, the deliverer calls up and says, "Can you please cancel the order? I keep going to the place and it's never ready." I'm like, okay, I kind of wanted dinner and I've already paid for it. So I did the nice thing and, yeah, okay, no worries, buddy. I'll cancel my order. Guess what? Never got my money back. Hope someone got my schnitzel. Lama drama. Afternoon already. 12:30 on Saturday. Long lunch. Mine might be a long lunch and a sleep. I think if I did PRL for all in one sitting, the quality of the training in your last few laps wouldn't be a lot. 10 p.m. Friday in Florida. Party time. All right. Just the Ironman leg. Come on, indoors though. And I don't know of any Ironman that does 12 laps of a 4K hill at 6% or whatever it is. Who's the unit? Look at those arms. A silly one, wasn't there? There's a triathlon that goes up Alpe d'Huez, isn't there? Right on, Scotty Weiss. Oh, numbers are looking good across all the meters. It's a happy Saturday. $66.6. And we'll call it a day. And we'll see what Strava does. Let's see if Strava puts that up as 65 or 67 or something. We'll leave it there. Good session, just under 2 hours. And we got some tech stuff sorted as well. More info on the jerseys soon. It's got a llama on it. Yeah, I got a few sent my way this week from Prism, so it's appreciated. Oh, there goes the snake up the road. You can see them on the phone there. All gone. I'm toast. It is lunchtime. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. We may be back again soon for another live stream because we are in lockdown and the weather's horrible and I need the company. So, Prism M, as in the light hitting a piece of glass and making a prism M. Yeah, I had some criminals bashing out number plates and I thought, why not? Let's just make some llama jerseys while we're at it. I appreciate their work. I can stop at 6.6. Just watch me. All right, thanks everyone for joining along, and we'll be back soon where I check my Wi-Fi is on 5G before we start. Mental note. All right, see you later, everyone.